All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Hello.
Hey guys, Kris here.
And my name is Guillaume. Hope you're all doing great today. Welcome to our Q&A number something.
Number December.
Exactly. And today we're going to be answering some comments that we've had under some videos.
Some comments under some videos. Let's start with just some guy. Seriously. Just some guy. I selected the comment, so nice. He has no idea.
Oh, this is cool.
That was nice. Okay.
I like the element of surprise.
And you'll like the comment too. This came under our Top 5 Pedals 2021 video.
Yes.
I thought my pedalboard was getting large, but now I bow to the king.
Your pedalboard was getting what?
Large.
Large, oh yeah. Well, I mean...
bow to the king.
Depends on your definition of large, really. We all know that size doesn't matter until it does.
Wait. We're talking about...
Oh man, it's so messy right now.
Grab that side.
Yeah,
it looks really messy, and don't tilt it too much because stuff will fall down. This is the pedalboard we're using here in the channel, and this changes for every video. Week. Like there's stuff which are not even connected at the moment. Lots of stuff that are not connected. And the reason for it being so huge, is it the 100 or the 80?
That's
I think the 80.
Yeah.
Spaceship, Harley Benton spaceship, which we chose for one good reason. Because more is more. No. Because we wanted to have enough space for random stuff. Like we have a couple of loops which are not connected, and those loops will be used for whichever pedal we want to use at the front, if it's a drive, modulation or a time-based effect somewhere in the last loops. And this is the switcher that controls it all, and all the patch cables for the pedals are connected to this. So it's a very nice sort of modular pedalboard.
Very modular.
And only for that reason, it's way too big. Like we could fit this on a 60.
Oh,
probably.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just, we wanted to have enough space for huge stuff like those actual spring reverbs. Those pedals
spring times.
that will just take much
some
space.
multi-effects sometimes
Multi-effects,
as well.
yeah. So it's super clever as well. We have 2 outputs, whatever. 2 inputs. And we can switch the guitars, whoever is playing, Guillaume or I. And it's just very nice. Has a tuner.
Yeah, some of the things that stay on there were just like the Polytune, Archer and Pantheon.
Yeah,
pretty much never moved every time
since they came out.
The Bonsai I added.
Yeah.
At some when I started getting more involved in the marketing process.
Yeah.
So that's mostly my responsibility. And Golden and Starlight, that switch still, like even today with the Volante and
wherever it is.
The Flint is there, the Volante is at the
somewhere
back,
around. Yeah. So we will swap pedals, of course, every now and then. But these are now our standards.
Yeah.
That and the double treble gets played a lot as well. And then all the rest is gonna change depending on the video. Right. So you don't need such a huge board unless you're called Guillaume.
Oh no! I stopped doing that, by the way. Now I've got 3 small ones, and I just patch them into one another.
Yeah, you say that to yourself, and now it's better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Next one is from Daniel Valtenegro. He wrote this under the Top 5 Pedals 2021, same video, which you guys loved, and we are really happy about it because this was definitely my favorite.
It's always my favorite.
Yeah.
Top 5 Pedals every year. It's just I love doing it.
All right, so Daniel wrote, since there's a Strat guy, a Tally guy, I think you guys need an LP guy, or at least a humbucker guy. And then Joe RM wrote, answered him, they both will play an LP if they feel it's better for the video. Kris likes a burst and Guillaume likes a gold top. Well, Joe knows us better than we do ourselves.
Exactly. Well, no, I wouldn't. Okay.
So what do you think about this humbucker situation?
I do think having a dedicated humbucker guy would be it's too much. It's too much ego in one room. Like, I don't think we could handle it. No, in all seriousness, the thing is that although we have our preference between Strat and Tele, we both love humbuckers as well. Yeah. And he's not too far off saying that you prefer a burst and I prefer like a solid top. I wouldn't say a gold top though. Like my big crush is Les
Paul Custom Dark Cherry Burst.
Almost.
Not burst, dark cherry.
Dark with gold. Wine, like an old wine red.
And why though? Who was your influence?
So many reasons. I would say Jerry Cantrell was instrumental in doing that to me.
Yes.
But yeah, like a custom, either Black Beauty, obviously, or wine red, like 70s wine red. Yeah,
like your Epiphone Les Paul is
it's a
Black Beauty with
Black
P90s.
Beauty. Yeah, and I absolutely love it.
It's an awesome guitar.
Yeah, now I need some wine red in my life. So if you know someone with a 76, but yeah.
Please don't call him, because otherwise he'll be even more broke than now.
And God knows I already am.
Next one is from a French viewer. Maybe you might want to pronounce the name.
Guillaume Regaudy.
Hi, Guillaume.
Lovely name.
Good name.
Lovely name.
You can also choose one of these. Or just stick to Guillaume and let him...
We're going to talk to PM, see if we can make them available on the website.
Yeah. Just put a Thomann T on top and then done. It's a Thomann T-shirt. All right, so he wrote, what's the name of that color on the wall? I love it.
That's...
like he's talking about this wall. And we don't know.
It's really specific.
It's, what is it? Timo, what would you say? It's like a gray-green military?
I'm the only one seeing it blue.
Greenish-grey, I would say.
Greenish-grey?
Greenish-grey.
Green, yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing it blue sometimes.
He sees
blue, grey, whatever you want it to be, really.
But you can take a screenshot to your local hardware store or whatever paint shop and say like,
what's that?
That one, I need that one. All right, this one is for you. Johnny English, still the top 5 pedals video. Lots of comments on the video.
Killer names too, huh? Wow.
Yeah, Johnny English. Hi, 737. What was that? I love that reverberator sound. And you don't know what we were playing at 737. I do.
Yeah.
So what was that? Can you help out, Johnny?
That's a very overplayed song that I like a lot. No,
it's super pretty song.
It's John Mayer's "Slow Dancing in a Burning Room," and I don't want to play it as much as I want to play it, because it's like the Kris lick, you know, it's the Kris melody or whatnot. It's like it's fun because they're beautiful. They're always beautiful when you have a sound that fits that well too. Like, I mean, the Golden is just like
the
that
reverb
for
just
that
screams for that song, yeah.
And so. But the thing is, I know what the comment section's gonna say if I start playing John Mayer in every video. I already do that on Instagram, and I see those comments. So, you know.
Yeah, but check out the song. It's just one of the nicest ballads ever. It's
absolutely.
Nilesh Naran.
Damn, you're killing it.
SH.
Yeah,
I guess.
You're killing it.
Hard to guess. Great video. It's still the top 5 pedals video. Great video. Perhaps a separate video for the computers next year. And that's why I included this comment too from that video. That's a good idea. We have tons of top 5 videos and we didn't want to overdo it. Like we have acoustics, acoustic amps, electric amps, guitars, pedals, bass stuff, bass pedals, bass guitars. We didn't want to go nuts, but honestly, I kind of like the idea of having a multi-effect top 5 because...
I don't, they're always a pain.
Yeah, that's the reason he doesn't want to do it. The way you approach tone tweaking is different. I'm not talking about the menus necessarily.
No,
I'm talking about like
tweaking,
how can you make it sound natural if you're not used to tweaking digital stuff to emulate amps, which is the hardest thing to make them work. And most of them will sound ridiculous and probably impossible to tell which is which in a blindfold test if they're tweaked right.
Yeah. Also, there's a curse. That we were cursed by an old gypsy woman at some point.
Probably yes.
Because every time we start doing a video on multi-effects, something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then every time we switch multi-effects, something else goes wrong. Between quarter-inch outputs or XLR outputs, there's some weird levelly thing or like a buzz.
Why is the DI box not working all of a sudden, etc.
So I feel like it's a good idea because sometimes I get that it's kind of weird comparing. I mean, it's not comparing, but just like putting side by side
a quad cortex with
a compressor. Yeah. It's a weird kind of thing, but at the same time, I prefer not having 5 of them.
Let's just ignore this guy, and you guys let us know in the comments if you want to see that video. Like a separate top 5 multi-effects and a separate top 5
regular effects.
I almost used another adjective.
Real ones. I know.
Which is stupid. I'm just kidding.
Regular.
I'm just kidding. Just put it out. So if that's the thing you want to see, let us know.
Yes.
This comment came under the All the Sounds with a Telly video.
Yeah.
From Peter Alexander Baum. All you need is an equalizer, and each electric guitar cuts through the mix, or the middle. So you don't have to buy an ugly and humming, baby, close your ears, an ugly and, thank you, an ugly and humming and inconvenient Telecaster. No, it's safe now. It's all good. You didn't miss anything. We're fine. You're beautiful. Yeah.
I'll let you get angry and I'll come back in a minute.
No, honestly,
I can get angry as well. Like,
my most calm and objective answer to that is that with an EQ pedal or rack, whatever, you can get really close to another tone if you're the listener, if you're the audience. But honestly, I do care about the audience, but I do care way more about my experience as a player. And I think everyone should, because that's what makes you very much aware of how you sound when you're playing. I'm talking about the vibrato, the bendings, the attack, and the tone that's coming out of your rig, right? Yeah. So you can get really close to, you know, a humbucker tone with a Strat if you tweak it right and use the right kind of drives or amp or whatever. But that's not the point, to me at least. And now we're entering my more subjective, emotional answer, health, is that you cannot fake everything with EQs and different amps and pedal like drives. The attack, the overtones of a guitar or a pickup, the resonances, the sustain, depending on the construction of the guitar. Is it a bolt-on? Is it a whatever, the scale length, etc. Those things are so complex. I'm not a scientist and I will never claim I am, but those things are so complex and so detailed that if you care about those details, you will never be fooled, especially as the player, with EQs and just trickery in the rig somewhere. So I don't think the point is to fake everything with a very versatile tool, which an EQ is, and I love it. And I use EQs so often, whether it's in like the DAW when I'm mixing something for subtle changes, or an actual EQ like the Boss EQ on the board or something like that. It's super powerful, it's very important, and I definitely recommend using it to correct minor things, not to fake Les Paul sounding like a Telly, which will never ever work. And not even a coil split guitar will ever sound like a Strat. Never. Like, you can probably fool people with nice tricks in a mix, you show them 2 recordings, but if you give someone a guitar and let them play through a rig, a coil split guitar and a Strat, no way it will get close enough to fool an experienced player. So I'm done. Full stop.
Yeah, it's definitely one attitude. If you want like just a one guitar and you found the one shape that works for you, and then want to try and milk as many sounds as you can out of it, fine. That's definitely a philosophy. If you like having different guitars because they make you play different and because they do sound different, and you cannot argue that in a million years, well then that's a different philosophy, and that's it. You know, just be happy.
Red Les Paul wrote under the Where to Put the Money video. Remember that one? It was so nice.
Oh yeah.
The rig where we swapped the inexpensive guitar, expensive guitar, and then the pedals and then the amps. Yeah. I'm currently using a Boss Katana 50. I've never owned a tube valve amp before, but would love to. What would you guys recommend for a bedroom player that wants to try a tube amp but not at stadium volumes and retaining headroom and clarity? I'm struggling. I
mean, headroom at bedroom volumes is not an issue because you're not going to push the master like anywhere near saturation regardless. So I don't think headroom's going to be your problem. volume, like minimum, like opening and blooming sort of volume is more of a problem for you.
Yeah, definitely. Even if we're talking about 5 watt or 2 watt amps.
I don't know, maybe something. I mean, my default is always the Blues Junior. It's always a good shout, and it does like open up quickly enough so that even at reasonable volumes, you still get like a full sounding sound. Sorry.
The best kind of sound.
The best kind of sound, yeah. I don't know. There are plenty of like hybrid options that work really well too, or like. You know, I mean, you're already on Katana. I think that's already a really good shout. If you want something more specific, you look at the Tone Master series. I think, because you can go as low as you want with it, and you know, if someday you need to fill up a gig or like a medium-sized room or bar or whatnot, it'll do it as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's still not a Wolf amp. That's the thing. The Fender Tone Master series, which is a digital emulation of their own original tube amps, whether it's like the Deluxe Reverb or the Twin or the Super. Okay, so my first thought was, when I read this, is like, just don't bother.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use it loud at all,
you're not gonna
just don't bother. Because the Katanas and like the Next Tone, those Boss amps that came out, those are very good at practicing volumes, and they take pedals well, and they have nice, effects in there and distortion and everything. They will sound probably as good as most tube amps will at bedroom volumes, probably even better, because most tube amps just need a bit more oomph until that compression is happening, until the notes bloom, as you told, and you have that presence going on, and the low end as well. So my best advice is to just stick to your amp and don't bother. If you really, really want to own a tube amp anyhow, I highly recommend using a power attenuator, because that's the way how I play my tube amps at home. I only have tube amps because I just play too long and I use them loud as well, but I don't want to not use them at home. So what I'll do is use my Captor X, which has a very nice power attenuator. That's the 2 notes power soak and cab sim thingy. And if I want to use my cab, I just connect the cab and go down like minus 40 dB and just do whatever I want with my amp. It's gonna be as loud speech volume, which is perfect for at home. And that's the only way I can enjoy tube amps at home. And except for a few tube amps, most will just not sound as good as they would if you crank them. So tube amp with a power soak, it's gonna cost more. That's the downside. Or just stick to your amp and enjoy it and use it however you want to, because it's enough versatile and it sounds great. And the last comment is from Tommy Dode. D-O-W-D. Dode. Dode. This is a great video series. He's talking about the All the Sounds series, where he wrote this under the Strat episode. We had, of course, we had a Tele episode, a Strat episode, and more are coming up, but wait. Really like this and the Tele video, you see?
It's just trying to be politically correct.
I'm trying to get an idea for what guitar I'd want based on the tones you guys are displaying. Thanks so much. That's insane. I mean, that's so cool. And
is it
quite
wise?
humbling, and I'm not sure if that's the best thing you could do.
Is it wise, though? No, thank you. It's really awesome. And to let us be a part of your musical journey and help you sort of figure out what could be good for you. I'm always struggling with those compliments. Not saying that I get them a lot, but when I do, because it's very conflicting with my personal idea of, how to choose a guitar, which is not really based on sound.
Okay.
Like, if I'm choosing a guitar, I just want to get a guitar that's going to make me want to pick it up and never put it down.
Okay.
And to some extent, at first sight, it doesn't have anything to do with the sounds of it.
Oh, wow.
So, like, like we were saying earlier, I want a 76 wine red Les Paul Custom. I've never played a 76 wine red Les Paul Custom.
You still want it.
I still want it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, because that guitar does something different to me, and I know that if I have that, like the same feeling that I had when I saw my Strat for the first time, or my Epiphone, the P90 one. You know, that it doesn't have to do anything with price or with sound or whatnot. They're all different guitars, pickup-wise, neck-wise, everything's different. But they all have the same thing in common, that is, if I see that guitar, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to play it until I cannot play anymore. And that's how I choose a guitar.
Wow.
So I think you need to, I mean, you don't need to do anything. I'm not your mum.
Such luck, man.
You need to keep being awesome. First, thank you so much for the compliment, and I'm happy if it does help. But don't lose track or sight of what excites you personally.
Yeah, yeah.
When you look at an instrument or when you pick it up.
I think it's very important to mix your own imagination of your next love affair, whatever it is, a guitar, an amp, whatever, and of course all the input you get, for example, on YouTube, and for example on this channel, which is awesome, of course. And we try to be as objective as possible with all the banter and all the fun things aside. We try to stay very, I don't know, much in the middle in terms of not pushing too hard on, this is so cool, this is so cool, because it's up to you to decide if you like what you hear and what you see in our videos. So yeah, I'm just running in circles, but it's a huge honor, and thank you so much for saying that.
And good luck in your quest. All right, guys, well, thank you very much for all your questions. We hope that the answers were somewhat useful. Please keep them coming under this video, under every other video that we make. Apparently, Kris check on all of them. I also do.
Pretty much.
I also do. I just don't take screenshots. But yeah, thank you guys. Take good care, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you down there in the comments. Bye-bye.
Bye.